Hello and welcome to Inside Cottonwood. I'm your host today, Mayor Tim Elinski, and with me, I'm very pleased to have Damien Browning and Chris Heyer from the Steps to Recovery. Chris, you are the Vice President of the Board, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Damien,
nice to be here.
What's your official title these days?
Executive Director.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. But my wife and I are kind of co-directing right now, which is good. She's been stepping up and helping out a lot.
Good. So the founder, the co-founder, and the director now.
Yeah.
I think I need to give you like a certificate of the one I most often have interviewed on this program. I think you've been in this is probably your fourth or fifth time.
Yeah, it's been, yeah.
Yeah, like a frequent flyer. It's great. I love it. It's always good to have you in.
Thanks.
So we have a lot of things to talk about today. And I'm really pleased, too, to have you here to lend your expertise as being Vice President of the Board. So.
Thanks. I don't know what expertise I'll have, but thanks for having me.
Of course. So what would you like to talk about first? I think we're going to cover, of course, your dinner, Dinner for Hope is coming up.
Yeah, I mean, our Dinner for Hope is coming up. It's our 5th annual, so we're really excited about that. We're going to have it at the Hilton in the Village of Oak Creek again.
Awesome.
It's a really nice resort. I mean, portions are a little small, but what do you know, these resorts, but it's it's really a nice thing. They come out, they serve us. We're going to have cattywampus. We have Shonda Jefferson's going to be emceeing it. We have the balloon guy, Dan Barber. I don't know if you've seen or come across this balloon guy.
No.
He is amazing.
He's amazing.
Every now and then he'll be at Calavera.
Okay.
And what he does is you ask him to make whatever, and he'll make this balloon. He'll make whatever you want.
He was a hit last year, wasn't he?
It's crazy. It is so fun. He is so fun.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then we have some client testimonies. We're going to have a lot of nice prizes. And it's our fun, and it's a fundraiser to keep helping us do what we do. So hopefully I can sell some tickets. Right now we're kind of struggling on ticket sales. We always do at first.
Yeah, but you always sell out, don't you? Haven't you sold out?
We have sold out the last 4 years, but I'm trying to kind of let it go this year. I don't want to be calling everybody 3 times, so I'm trying to kind of, hopefully people that came the last years will step up and buy tickets.
Right.
Well, maybe you ought to talk about the date.
Yeah, it's April 13th.
Okay.
April 13th. Okay.
April 13th.
And tickets are how much?
It's $65 for a ticket. 20 of that is tax deductible.
Right.
And you can actually use it for your tax credit because we're a qualifying charitable organization, so you can donate. Instead of giving your state the taxes, you can actually keep it local. Right. So that's one of the things that we do is educate people on the tax credits.
Sure, that's a big deal.
Well, yeah, Arizona is really cool. It's got 5 different tax credits. It's the only state that does. So they actually did a documentary, and they're trying to do it in other states. Yeah. They actually tried to pass it in California, and they got turned down, but they're getting ready to appeal it. So that's pretty cool.
Good. So April 13th, $65 a ticket, and where can you get tickets?
You can get them at our store, Miracles Happen Resale Store. You can get them online at stepstorecoveryhomes.org, or you can just call in at 928-649-0077, or come to our office. We're right there on at the old Clemsaw Plaza, next to Vinny's Pizza, and it's 516 East State Route 89A.
Okay.
Suite 113 or 108. That's our store. So we're in the same block.
Okay. And this is, I'm sorry.
And you can buy extra tickets too.
Right.
For those people that are either our clients or they want to come and maybe they really can't afford it, or maybe they're in recovery and this is important to them. My husband and I always buy extra tickets because sometimes they need to be there. Yeah. Need to be there and hear the story.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, there's businesses I got 2 businesses that have bought in a table. So people donate tickets, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Good. Good. And this is really the biggest fundraiser that you do every year, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. Do you want to touch briefly on some of the other programs that you do throughout the year to raise funds?
Yeah. Well, we have a few things we do. The board has actually limited me to 3 events a year. Our next event will be Erase the Stigma, which I really need to start talking about and getting locked down because we had to push out the dinner this year. So Erase the Stigma is actually a free event. And how we do that is we get businesses to sponsor us, and it's a educational awareness day on addiction and mental health and what it is. We have speakers, and we have people to set up booths. Yeah. We usually have it at the Cottonwood Rec Center. Hopefully I'll be able to do that again. I'm not sure. It was kind of a struggle last year, but they keep making it harder and harder for me. But I think, addiction being the #1 crisis in America, and we're in a state of emergency, and they say it's close to 200 people a day are dying in our nation of an overdose. That's an opioid overdose. That's not talking about meth overdoses or alcohol related or the people that get locked up every day, neglect their kids, don't go to work, domestic violence, all this stuff that comes from it. It's crazy. So it's getting worse. I was at an overdose review hearing the other day, and they said actually that they had more overdoses in the Yavapai County on meth than heroin.
Yeah, I hear that's coming back in a big way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's, you know, it's somebody has to do it. So, you know, that's what my wife and I started this for, is to help people to find real recovery for an affordable price.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now we're at 95% of our people are coming in with no money.
Right.
So we do Erase the Stigma to actually educate the public. It's not really for just people in recovery. It's to educate the normal person on what addiction is and what mental health is and what to do about it.
Right.
So that'll be coming up.
It's a good event.
Yeah, you've been there.
Event.
So
yeah, I have, and I support it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
it is a good event. I think addiction and substance abuse issues touches every family.
Yeah.
Whether you want to admit it or not, it touches every family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's important about Steps to Recovery Homes is, you know, they're not the one that give you the pie in the sky, oh, 90 days, you're cured.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a process, it's a structure. And we take clients that fall through the cracks.
Right.
And they have nowhere else to go unless they come here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a valuable thing.
Yeah.
And when you talk to the clients themselves, they're just about beyond hope.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really nice to see the metamorphosis that happens.
Right.
Really great.
And they're asking us to do Erase the Stigmas in other cities. So hopefully,
Sure.
you know, we can get we're going for funding, and hopefully we can get funding and do that, you know.
Good.
The other event is our Roots Roll and Ride, which is
Okay.
Clean and Sober concert.
Mm-hmm.
We feel that music's very healing for people, but when people in recovery go to these concerts, there's people drinking and, you know, smoking weed or whatever,
Right.
and it makes it really hard. So
Sure.
our intent, you know, we just had our 3rd annual. It rained during it, so, and that's kind of a fundraiser. That one is kind of a fundraiser. It is free.
Mm-hmm.
The first year we charged, and it wasn't really that good of a turnout, so we made it free.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we do that is we get businesses to sponsor it and stuff like
Okay.
that. We usually have 7 or 8 bands. There's a motorcycle run before to raise money. We have a bunch of prizes we auction and raffle off, and it's a good time.
Good. And when does that take place?
Usually, well, we got it set for, actually we got the date. Oh, and I don't know.
It's in October.
It's October. It's actually going to be in Cottonwood this year. We've been having it at the Village Oil Creek at the Collective. This year we have secured the fairgrounds.
Oh, good. Okay.
So in October it'll be, I think it's the first weekend, first Saturday in October.
Okay. Excellent. And then the Erase.
It's really hard because there's always, like, here in the Verde Valley, there's always something going on.
Oh, that time of year, yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Fall hits,
You know, when do you have it, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
When is the Erase the Stigma event? That typically is in the summer, isn't it?
Yeah, I usually have it in June. I'm probably going to maybe push it out to July. I don't know. You know, I try to space out my events 3 months because I put a lot of work in to get people to go to them and stuff and
Right.
promote them. And so I'm not sure yet. I need that. I'm so behind on the dinner.
Sure.
So if you can buy tickets, that would help. Help me feel like I'm getting somewhere.
I will do my best. Thanks for not calling me 3 times this year.
Yeah.
That may still happen, Tim.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
sure it will, yeah.
It may still happen. You never know. Yeah. Yep.
So, and again, if you're a business and you want to sponsor, a business is welcome to sponsor any of these 3 events that you put on.
Well, they
correct?
they can sponsor any event, and also we have an annual sponsorship, and that's how we do so much. I mean, you know, people come in, we charge them $175 a week, and right now that's something we can talk about. We got some funding from Northern Arizona Healthcare Foundation, United Way, Wells Fargo, 1AZ, Arizona Community Foundation of Sedona and Yavapai, plus we got Nonprofit of the Year through Arizona Community Foundation of Sedona, and they all pitched in and we got some grant funding for our job development. In April we started a job development program. We got a warehouse.
Yeah.
So right now the people can come in for the first 2 to 8 weeks with no money, and they don't have to pay. They work for us 17 hours a week. And then the rest of the time, they're going through a really holistic curriculum that Chris helped put together.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God for her. and they're building resumes, and they're figuring out what they want to do. See, what we used to do is say, go get a job, get any job. You have to pay. This isn't free. We got to pay. We have no funding. You know.
Right.
And now it's like they don't have to go run out. So it's really maximizing the success rate. Plus, it's building a workforce in the Verde Valley. We have a clean and sober workforce. We're teaching them soft skills, how to talk, how to look, how to. We're doing mock interviews. We're building resumes, and that way, by their 4th week, you know, they can go out in the community and really try to get a job that they want to get, and feel like, you know, they're dressed right. We got clothes for them. They got a workable resume.
Got it.
You know.
Let's. I want to talk a little bit more about this job development program. So let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna speak a little bit more about that and some of the other sponsors that have come on to help you develop that program. So we'll be right back in just 1 minute.
Mandalay Homes introduces the new Ion Series, a revolutionary new approach to home building innovation and energy management. Built on a foundation of industry-leading energy efficiency and sustainable building practices, the Ion Series home redefines how we use and manage renewable energy. Contact a Mandalay Home sales executive today to learn more, or visit one of our ION Series communities throughout northern Arizona.
Not on my watch, they say, as they volunteer to serve, as they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So, not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives. Even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option, we won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
Welcome back. You're watching Inside Cottonwood. I'm your host today, Mayor Tim Elinski, and with me is Damien Browning and Chris Heyer from Steps to Recovery. And Chris Heyer, you are Vice President of the board, and I want to get to know you just a little bit more.
Great.
Before we talk about, we're going to move on to talking about the job development program, but I'm just curious if you could share with us your background and what interested you in serving on the board.
Well, I met Damien a while ago. Mm-hmm. Damien was a student. I taught at Yavapai College. I was both faculty member there, and then I went into more the administrative side as the faculty coordinator. Okay. And so Damien was a student, and he was a challenging student, but a brilliant student. And so
challenging in what way? I'm just curious.
He challenged me, and I like that. I like it when students challenge me, always asking why, and why does this happen? Anyway, he was great. He was great. And you could see that he had a lot of passion. So then I learned that he and his wife, Ann, developed a Steps to Recovery Homes. Mm-hmm. And after 17 years at Yavapai, I retired. Mm-hmm. And I said, you need me on your board. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to come on your board. My background is in business. I taught business and computer science. My background is in business. Mm-hmm. I come from the Midwest, and I think my forte is business planning and strategic planning. Uh-huh. And this organization is now going into year 5. We're at a precipice. Mm-hmm. Things are starting to happen. Things need to happen. Mm-hmm. But you can't do that without planned growth. Right. And so we need to make some smart decisions and do some things. And we're getting people to know who we are. Mm-hmm. We're getting people to understand the need, of course. It's huge. Yeah. And just develop things that are workable for our community and beyond. Mm-hmm. I think it's really, really important. So that's why I'm here. Great. I appreciate what they do. Their passion is there every single day. Mm-hmm. And it's inspiring listening to the clients that come through mm-hmm. and truly know that we have changed their life. Yeah.
I can tell that you're a great asset to the board, so thanks so much for your service.
Well, I don't know about that, but I don't know about that. There's times when Damien thinks I'm a real poke in his side, but okay.
That's all right. That's all right. Pokes in the side are good.
They are good.
Just get me back.
Yeah, right. I'm sure that you temper Damien's passion a little bit.
Yeah, and I am getting him back, you know. Yeah.
Good. Yep. Good. Yeah, I've always been very impressed with your and your wife Ann's passion and commitment. So you've certainly come so far.
Well, one of the things, and I was talking about it with her before this, is like, we didn't know what we were doing. Mm-hmm. This is all new. We're evolving. We've evolved so much, and we're not perfect by any means, but we have really evolved, and we are really, our cause and our heart is in the right place. Yes. And having the right people to actually jump on board really feels good, because we need that direction. So mm-hmm. We're getting a loan from USDA. We should close next month on a men's facility. We're buying a men's facility finally. So all our financials have had to be in order. We've had, United Way took us on as a social enterprise and took me to board governance and all this other stuff. So I'm learning and growing. And our finances have been, we finally got a nonprofit accountant. So we're actually, trying to cross all the T's and dot the I's. And we're getting attorneys involved. And it's just... It's crazy, we're going for like 3 or 4 big federal grants. One's a state grant, a workforce grant, economic grant. If we get that, we're going to be able to not just have people through the job development, but actually hire them, which is really huge.
Yeah, really great.
So let's take a step back then and talk about this job development and what sort of spurred this.
So my wife and I, we wanted to maximize the success rate. We wondered why people weren't. Why people were relapsing a lot. Uh-huh. And, the program's based after our experience, what we've done. Because our recovery, we feel, is good. I mean, obviously, we go through challenges and we're not perfect and we make mistakes, but we learn from them. And we wanted to do that, so we wanted to help the people that didn't have the money to go get recovery where they cost $10,000, $20,000 a month. So when the people were coming in, we were making them, you know, because we had to pay for it. We don't have any state funding or nothing. So when the people were coming in, we were making them get any kind of job. Well, last February, we were actually, by the time they would get paid, they owed us like $600-700, and they were leaving. So we actually said, well, we got to do something. So we made a decision to start our own job development program in February. And what we did was we started, when they came in, we started letting them work 15 hours for the first 2 weeks. That way they wouldn't get so overwhelmed. But we were taking the hit again, but we were figuring we weren't getting the money anyways, we might as well try to help them out. So then we went, you know, United Way got involved, and with the social enterprise, we rented a warehouse, and we started online sales. And my whole intent was, because I'm doing 14 jobs, you know, is to get these guys, not only can it help us, but it can help them, give them the soft skills, build resumes, do stuff like this. Plus they wouldn't get so overwhelmed because they wouldn't owe us so much money. And it would maximize their success rate to stay, because they got to stay. There's all kinds of reasons for them to leave. It's getting them through those reasons, you know, and then they always have a good life. But and it was helping the community. So it was a win-win for threefold. You know, it helped the community, because I would go around, and I was going around trying to get, you know, businesses to donate or be sponsors or whatever, and they would tell me they were struggling getting a workforce, reliable workers, and most of them said it was because of addiction. People weren't, you know, they're coming in loaded, they weren't coming in, we had been drunk, whatever. So I thought it was a win-win, and you know, we just started going for grants, and we got some grants. Northern Arizona Healthcare Foundation. Actually, if you look, have you seen that article?
Yes.
They're on our we're on the front page of their website, northernarizonahealthcarefoundation.org. They gave us a grant for $45,000, and that grant is actually for 40 to 80 clients for their first 2 to 8 weeks. Wells Fargo gave us some money, 1AZ, and I was kind of going through that. There's a bunch of people that got involved and gave us some money, and it's really cool. That's great. But we got to keep it going. So now we're going for some federal grants for that. We're going for some more grants. Northern Arizona Healthcare Foundation has actually been amazing. They've Northern Arizona University has a capstone class that was funded by Northern Arizona Healthcare Foundation, and they've taken us on as one of their nonprofits. They took on 2 nonprofits to kind of help. So we got class, students coming down. Interns coming down and helping us with business plans and stuff like that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty
fantastic.
Cool.
It's really nice, because if Damien and Ann started this, if you've never written a business plan before, it's daunting. It's daunting. If you've never had a budget with 3 or 4 programs before, it's daunting. So it's really important to be able to do that. But what I see in the job development program is, first of all, you have to have a curriculum. So we wrote a curriculum, and actually we revised it a couple of times, just because we realized we were asking a little bit too much, and then sometimes not enough. I'm a little nicer than other people, but you have to hold them accountable, of course. But truly, if you think about someone who has not been in society, so to speak, or in a job, or has been incarcerated for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, those skills are waning. First of all, let's talk about communication, and then, you know, you have to address some hygiene issues sometimes. And so let's talk about showing up on time, and how do I get there, and being a responsible adult and a responsible employee. Some of them, if they've started their addiction in high school or early college or whatever, they have never learned those skills. This is a whole new thing. And I'm finding that some of the older clients have never even asked themselves, what do I want to do? You know, what are my strengths, my weaknesses? We are thrilled to be able to partner with Job Connections and at Goodwill and NACOG. They have been instrumental in helping our clients ask themselves, what are my strengths and weaknesses? How do I build a resume? I've never had that before. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, their job was earning enough money to get loaded again. That was their job. Well, now, you know, here it is. We're doing that. And again, it's a twofold thing. We have an employment issue in the Verde Valley. You know, we've had employers tell us, you know, if I could pass somebody that can pass the UA, that'd be really great. Well, it's a problem.
It's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
Big problem for all industries here.
Yeah. So it is twofold, and it's really a beneficial thing, and we need to grow. We need to grow that program.
I think we're gonna. I really do.
I know we are.
And you know, it's a lot of work. because they're so individualized, and we don't want to give them a handout. You know, we want to give them a hand up. So and you can't enable them. You got to hold them accountable. There's a lot that goes into these people, because they're people, and they all have different little things going on. And it's like one of the biggest things with people with addiction issues is like she said, they've never asked themselves. They don't feel they have a purpose. That's how I felt.
They don't feel they deserve it.
They don't feel they deserve it. So and when I finally realized, hey, I can do something. I can go back to school. I have and that's what we're trying to encourage. And once they feel they deserve it and they can do something, they're the most amazing people in the world. I mean, it's crazy. And we want to start, actually what we want to do is keep this job development going, and we're trying to get grants right now and businesses to partner with us so that, you know, they can donate stuff for us when they redo their stuff, so we can sell it online. So that's one of the ways we're paying for right now, is doing online sales. So we're going to resorts and we're trying to pick up stuff when they re-get stuff, or new desks, or new couches.
No more new desks. We got enough new desks. Thanks.
Whatever there is, you know, and it's like we're trying to partner with them, and we're trying to say, hey, if you need a clean and sober worker, come ask us. You know, plus, and we want to get it to where, well, this is one of my visions, is get it to where there's a career development piece of it. So like, how do I pay, say Susie come in, and Susie wants to be an artist, but she's never done that. Well, how do I you know, make that happen for her, or at least not make it happen, but how do I guide her? How do I assist her with that? You know, so I would like to get some funding to actually put them to college if they want to go to college. I mean, because Yavapai College is a great little college.
I'm so sorry, but I have to interrupt you again.
Oh, that's okay.
But I want to talk more about the future of this job development program, but we have to take a quick break. For just 1 minute, we'll come back and get more details on that. So come back in just 1 minute, folks.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride!
Welcome back to Inside Cottonwood. I'm your host today, Mayor Tim Elinski. With me is Damien Browning and Chris Heyer from the Board of Steps to Recovery. And before the break, we were talking about the job development program and discussing the future of that as it's fledgling right now in its infancy stages. But you've got a lot of money coming in, a lot of different businesses helping support this. NAH is helping you support this program. We were talking about maybe a potential partnership, hopefully with Yavapai College and developing this program. So please tell me.
That would be the end goal for some scholarships and things like that. As Damien was saying, sometimes they don't understand what their potential is. They've never asked themselves that. Even as far as getting a GED or even going further, that's a real important component. What's really interesting is as they're going through actually a workbook, and for some of them it's really confusing. Like they have to write certain things and they have to think about what they like, and they have to think about kind of skills and things they're good at. And so that's been really interesting. But they come in, and you know how interviews now are all behavioral interviews. And so I say to them, so tell me a little bit about yourself. And it's just dead silence. I said, so you have to develop that. It's a commercial. You have to be able to answer that question very quickly. I don't think I can do that. Well, you can do that. We're going to get you there. You can do that. You know how to do that. We're going to get you there. That's the coolest part. But truly, there has to be some education. There has to be some training. You know, not everyone is going to be college bound, but everyone needs a skill set of things to build on, including us. And so to be able to partner with people like VATC or Yavapai College or even Northern Arizona, that's really great. I have some real hope with what's going to happen with the Northern Arizona interns. That's going to be really exciting, building that business plan. And it's all about the connections And so from here, we go to here, and from here, we go to here. Right. So that takes some planning, and we're in the middle of that now. We're in the middle of our strategic plan, and I think we're going to see some things that maybe we hadn't thought of, and actually have a plan for that growth. That's important.
That's great.
Important.
So how many, thinking years ahead, how many folks are you hoping to turn out into the workforce through this program?
I don't know. I mean, we've already had, I think we're at 20 now, and
actually
I think
we're at 22.
22, and 22. I think 10 of them have actually been put out in the workforce. A couple of them haven't, have left. Obviously, that's there's a lot of variables that go into that.
Sure. Sure. Right, but the job development has helped them not only get that job, but stay there,
right,
and be able to talk to their supervisor and not just run away,
well, like
or
when
have
they get
a conflict.
Yeah,
right.
Right. There's a lot of things that go on. There's a lot of trauma, and most people they self-medicate.
Yeah.
Right.
So they got to get through, like, why am I using? It's not about the using. Why do I do it? So, and when they're on the job, there's a lot of stressors. And that's one of the things of moving out of our house. We're talking about. There's a lot of goals. There's a lot of visions, and that's why strategic planning has been. We've just gone into strategic planning. Thank God for that, because I got 20 ideas, and I'm all over the place. I want to start all of them.
40
you know
ideas,
what I mean?
80 ideas.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So we're
multiply every week.
But also with this job development, you have to understand that it takes some of the financial burden off them. But they're not only doing job development, they have all the other things that Steps to Recovery Homes wants them to do. They have to go to meetings. They have to do some live coaching. They have to do other things as well. It's very structured, and it can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. And
well, especially when they come from doing nothing.
Especially when they come from
that's the problem.
Doing nothing. And they've never showed up on time, or what do you mean I have to be at the bus station?
I mean, all these people, I was talking to somebody the other day, 90% of them are homeless. They come to us. They're not, but they want a better life. And that's the thing, is they don't have, they're not on probation, they're not mandated, it's a voluntary program, so you don't have to hit that bottom. I mean, you have to hit some kind of bottom, but we're trying to put it out there that you can have a better life. You don't have to live that way anymore. And it's working. Slowly, but it's working, And when we put these people together, not only do they are not using, but they're breaking the chains of addiction in their families.
Right.
This is huge for the kids. It's all about, I have 3 children of my own, and that's a big piece of it.
Right.
And when they move out, we're teaching them to be of service. We're teaching them to be accountable.
Right.
We're teaching them to be responsible. We're teaching them to be good examples. I mean, be mindful.
Think of the ripple effect that drugs and substance abuse has had in our community. We want a different ripple effect. We want the ripple effect of recovery, because we really do believe that it's possible. We really, really believe that we do provide hope and transformation for people's lives.
We're underfunded, that's the problem.
Right.
It comes to a funding issue, because we
can do more, but we need to have more people.
We need bigger places, we need more money. I can't, I'm still moving furniture.
Sure. Well, and I think you're being a little hard on yourself. I mean, just keep in mind where you started from. I know you and Ann started this with credit cards. I mean, your growth has been tremendous, and you've had a major impact in the community. So
we're getting more and more people involved, and we're trying to tell people this is about community. We've made it a nonprofit organization. We're trying to build it up to where it's self-sustaining, because we're not going to be around.
Sure.
And there's some big things going on. Like, there's a state sober living bill that's being passed.
Right.
So, now we're members of ASRA, Arizona Recovery Home Association, which just adopted NAR standards, which is National Alliance of Recovery Residences, when they've been making this bill with the state. In order to keep a sober living, in order for any state licensed facility, probation, parole, or anybody to send their clients to sober living, they're going to have to be certified.
Got it.
Which is great, man. We've been
working on that.
And we're certified. So our house managers are certified. We have ethical codes. We get inspections on our homes. The city knows what we're doing.
In fact, the interns visited our homes, and they were surprised. And I said, "Why are you surprised?" And one of them said, "Well, it was so clean." And I said, "Oh," and she said, "Oh, we've been to some places that there's no standards." And so it's nice to first have the state have those standards, and second of all, it was nice to see a place that is taken care of. I want to come back a little bit to the tax credit.
Sure. We just have a couple minutes left, so we got to try to.
Great. Well, first of all, buy tickets, everybody, to the dinner. It's really a great thing to do.
We're talking about getting involved. We're looking for life coaches,
getting
volunteers.
involved, and all sorts of volunteers. We need volunteers in our store. We need volunteers to help us in a lot of things.
Most nonprofits have a huge volunteer force. We don't.
Right.
Yep.
With our life coaching, we do, which is great. And we, the community's been very supportive. We have a lot. You can come on as a sponsor for a business. You can do the tax credit. I'd like her to finish up with the tax credit because she had something going.
I did have something going, because I think if in the state of Arizona, if we don't use that tax credit, I think it's going away. Right. And it is so important for me to be able to say where my tax dollars go. It's a win for me. It's a win for the state. It's a win for the community. But also don't overlook that because of that tax credit, you can give a small monthly gift. It helps us. It helps you. And you don't think that $20 or $30 or $50 a month is, oh, that's not going to do anything. Well, it does. Sure. Because it compounds itself, and it really makes a difference to us. Sure. So consider that. But it's such a worthwhile organization. If you've even been thinking about getting involved with something, or you have some skills that you want to share with our clients, call us, because it's really a great organization.
And that's where the job development program is going to go there. I want to start teaching skills like refurbishing, and hopefully USDA said they're willing to loan us money to buy our own facility, our own warehouse, and our own store. Yeah. So we'll get a bigger warehouse, and we'll start teaching more skills. And if you're looking to get involved, like Chris said, I mean, we need involvement. Yeah. We really do. There's all kinds of ways. Businesses can donate $100 a year and have a sponsorship, and I put them on my banner, on my website, in the store. And if you haven't been to the Miracles Happen resale store, you're missing out. You need to come by and at least check it out, man, and give us some feedback. And
buy stuff.
Well, yeah.
And buy stuff.
Or donate stuff, or just come in, because that's like our central
We could open a whole nother clothing store with what we got there.
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah.
Oh.
We are expanding.
Well, okay.
We are expanding, and eventually we're probably going to look to get a place in Sedona. But right now we're actually expanding. We're getting the place next door to us. Vixen Vapes is moving, and we're going to put that as a clothing part.
Oh, good. Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
And we donate, that's another thing, is we give clothes and furniture away all the time. We furnish our clients' apartments when they move out. Their house burnt down. I gave them 2 trailers full of furniture. We give clothes. We donate to all the other nonprofits. There's just so much good stuff going on. Yeah. It's really cool. This community's awesome.
Yeah. It is.
Well, good. We'll end on that note then.
The community's awesome.
Yeah. It's been a real pleasure to meet you, Chris. Thanks so much for being in. And Damien, you're doing great work.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Dinner for Hope, bud.
I know.
April 13th.
I'll buy my tickets.
April 13th, Dinner for Hope.
All right. I'm
Thanks
being
for
pressured.
having us.
It's on TV now, so I'm
okay,
committed.
There's it.
All right. Well, that's been it for today. Thanks for joining us, and have a good afternoon.